This is Dr. Amudapriya, Associate Professor, Tripoli Department of Rohini College of Engineering and Technology, Palpalam. Here we are here to discuss about the transmission and distribution subject for the Regulation 2021. The fourth unit covers the underground cables. An underground cable, it essentially consists of one or more conductors which are covered with the suitable insulation and surrounded by a protecting cover. This is mainly because since cables are being laid underground, they may have in touch with the earth. So at that time, in order to avoid such a leakage of current flow directly to the ground, we use certain type of insulations and necessary protecting covers in order to avoid those leakages. So the advantages are they are less liable to damage which are being caused through storms, lightnings, and then there are less chances of falls, low maintenance cost, smaller voltage drop, and better general appearance. But the disadvantage is that the cost of installation is very high, and the introduction of insulation problems at high voltages will be high when compared to that of OHL, that's overhead lines. Application is when you are considering the safety point of view in a thickly populated area, underground cables are the best. And while the transmission of electric power for short and moderate distances can be handled by underground cables. The requirement of the cable is that it has to be made, the core conductor has to be made up of stranded copper or aluminium which has high conductivity, and then the conductor size should be such that it should be capable of carrying the desired load current without any overheating or voltage drop. The thickness of insulation should be appropriate in order to obey the degree of safety and reliability. Then mechanical protection has to be sufficiently provided in order to maintain the physical stability and chemical stability of the materials. Regarding the construction of cables, the parts are core or conductor through which the current is going to be passed through or transmitted through, and above that an insulation will be provided. Insulation, it covers the conductor completely so that the leakage of current to the ground can be avoided. Types of insulation is that impregnated paper, varnished cambric, or rubber mineral compounds can be used as insulation. This is the structure of an underground cable. Initially it consists of a conductor, next the paper insulation, and after that we have a metallic sheet or the metal called lead sheet normally. It is provided in order to protect the cable from moisture, gases, or other damaging liquids like acids or alkalis. And after the lead sheet, over the lead sheet, we can provide bedding and then armoring, and after it is serving. Bedding is nothing but the material like jute or hessian tape can be used in order to protect the metallic sheet from corrosion, because soil may contain various chemical substances which may erode the metal. In order to protect the metallic sheet from corrosion and mechanical injury, you can use this jute and hessian tape. And next is the armoring. The process of armoring or covering the bedding is known to be provided in order to provide a good mechanical strength to the underground cable. This armoring is normally made up of galvanized steel wire or steel tape. It may consist of one or two layers, and this is mainly used for protecting the cable, underground cable. It is used for providing a physical strength. And after this, one more thing, the armoring is an optional one. It may be provided or may not be provided. And after that, it is serving. It protects the armoring from atmospheric conditions, and it is made up of material like jute. The serving is more or less similar to that of bedding. So this is what is the construction of cable, and this is mainly used for the protection of the conductor and the insulation and later the metallic sheet part. Insulating materials, normally it should have a high insulation resistance, high dielectric strength, high mechanical strength, non-hygroscopic, etc. It should be non-flammable, low cost, unaffected by acids and alkalis. The main principle of insulating materials used in the cables are that it has to avoid the leakage of current to the ground. Rubber, vulcanized Indian rubber, impregnated paper, varnished cambric and polyvinyl chloride (PVC) can be used. So these are the properties of rubber, and mainly the drawback is that it may absorb moisture for a temperature when it is low, about 38 degrees centigrade, and when exposed to light it may be liable to damages. And regarding vulcanized Indian paper, it has a drawback of when sulfur reacts very quickly with the copper, and for this reason VAR is normally used with the thin copper conductor, and generally it is used for low and moderate voltage cables. Impregnated paper, varnished cambric, polyvinyl chloride. So these are some of the properties and their applications. Regarding the classification of cables, the first type is depending upon the insulation material used. Second, we can go for the voltage capability which it can withstand. If it is a low tension cables, it can withstand up to 1000 kV, 1000 volt, 1 kV. If it is high tension cables, it will be capable of withstanding up to 11 kV. Super tension cables from 22 to 23 kV, extra high tension cables 33 kV to 66 kV, and extra super voltage cables beyond 132 kV. Depending upon the types of service, it may be a single core, 2 core, 3 core and 4 core, etc. Cables, there may be belted cables, screened cables. You can see belted cables, the construction is that there is a paper belt over the conductor and over which bedding, lead sheet insulation are being provided. Next is a screened cable. Here we can have a metallic screen for each conductor, and over which the conductor belt will be provided, combining all the conductors. Next is the SL type cables, pressure cables, gas pressure cables, etc. Thank you.